got very little lateral and our rotation is actually working against us. You have to be so good at vertical because that's the only force you've got left to use. So we've got side bend on the way back and then we've got side bend on the way through. You're already starting to use your natural drop and pop. Yes. Because you know where to go. You're thinking more about golf swing than actually playing the golf shot.
Yeah.
And learning from the golf shot. Getting the speed back is the primary objective then.
Yeah.
Getting your clubhead speed
consistency.
back. And consistency of strike.
Yeah. So stay able to fade it a bit or draw it a bit.
Yeah. Just want you to hit a couple off here for me.
Yeah.
Just off that mat there. Give us an indication of where you're making that contact with the ground.
Yes, behind the ball.
You know already. Oh.
Thin.
Or thin, yeah.
Yeah.
Very clean again. Just keep going until we get some strikes. Good one. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we were kind of expecting, wasn't it? So kind of we know what the map is kind of disguises things a little bit, and we know the strike is, like you mentioned earlier, it's a bit changeable.
Yeah.
It's from heavy to thin, and that's changing the loft as well. So we're delivering different lofts.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, if you don't mind stepping off a second, I'm just gonna set this.
Yeah, no problem.
Stepping off. I just need to move this. Nice one. It's a good starter.
Yeah, 1 off 10 is good.
Yeah. Okay, right, let's have a look. Okay, I'll explain what's going on.
Yeah.
So, your force profile is fantastic.
But not at the right time.
Well, it is the right time actually, but the problem is, all the other sports you coach, you play, it's a combination of lateral, rotation, vertical.
Yeah.
Okay. We've got very little lateral and our rotation is actually working against us. So we should be creating a torque in the direction we want to fire the sequence, because the torque is contributing to the sequence before we actually release it. But your torque goes the other way, so you have a negative torque instead of a positive torque. So it means you have to use your vertical. You have to be so good at vertical because that's the only force you've got left to use, and you do it really well. And so, for example, when you swing back, you shift pressure, but you only get to there. There's quite a lot of force there, but the problem is it's not really travelling a great distance. So you are loading to the right, but we're not really moving the pressure far to do it. So then, as you start to swing up, the pressure just stays there. Like we were talking about in the clubhouse, we've lost the dynamism because that pressure should be that should have shifted already towards the target as this golf club's still travelling back. It's too static.
Yeah.
So we've got to try and then create some dynamism from this kind of static state. Even though you're moving fast, you're only moving over a short distance, so it's not enough lateral force. Yeah. The torque, if you see the line of pressure there between the feet, this should now start to go this way. But what we see is as you're loading into the ground, now it is starting to go, but it doesn't actually ever make it towards the target. So you're in a great place here. This is a fantastic place to be fully loaded.
But then the arms are outracing the lower body.
Yeah, but the problem is you haven't got the torque and we haven't got the lateral. So we can't shift any more to the left. We can't use that braking force. We can't shift, and then so the low point, we can't get the low point any further forward. If I want to go up, I've got to also side bend the body so that I can extend the arms and strike the golf ball and then take a divot, say, so the low point's after the ball. So I need side bend. Okay, so we've got side bend on the way back and then we've got side bend on the way through. To get side bend in a powerful, natural way, we need the vector to be acting on the centre of mass over here, which rotates the body this way, and as I then rotate this way, I'm like this. So I need the vector to be over there, but your point of application here of the vertical force is here.
Yeah.
It can't really side bend, it can't rotate the centre of mass. All it can do is go up and down. So that's what we're stuck with.
Yeah.
We can, of course, we can use the upper body, we'll try and manufacture movement, we can try and organise it further up the chain, but we're not really using the ground to do it. It's not a natural accumulation of energy, it's us trying to manipulate movement. What we've got to do is we've got to be able to recognise how we use the ground to rotate the body in these different directions. So that we push this way, it rotates us this way. We get a rotation here, suddenly the upper body's doing this, we can go vertical, and we've got the upper body mechanics to strike the golf ball, the divot, take a divot, compress the ball. Because what we can see from the strike pattern at the moment with the ground is that it's a bit variable, because as we go up, everything's all the levers get released, so it just shallows out, and then we get the higher launch, and then the higher spin rate. We lose the smash factor, as you know, because we're not getting the ball speed, we're not getting energy to the ball. It's more of a concentric kind of movement when it should be more eccentric. So I often, you know, obviously, I often use the analogy of tapping. So that's a concentric action.
Yeah.
Eccentric, obviously, we want this. But then, once we've got this eccentric action, we can also add, whenever we like, some extra.
And with less effort.
Exactly. So eccentric is less effort. In a backswing, we should be loading the backswing like this, as in the musculature, across the joints. We should be loading the joints as opposed to doing this. So if I swing and don't use the ground, this is more core, this is more muscle, this is me using my muscle output to move joints. As opposed to if I use the ground, suddenly the tension's passive, as opposed to being active tension in. Pop your club to one side, nice big circles with the knees. So let's see if we can go bigger than that. And I want you to see if you can trace, so notice the journey the right knee's making, and notice the journey the left knee. So the knees are making a big circle, but they're also making a circle of their own. How far does the right knee go outside the right foot? And how far does the left knee go outside? Not necessarily it has to go outside, but how far to the right does it go? How far does the left one go? Are these circles the same? Now bend the knees, and what I'd like you to do is make a walking action. Just more subtle than that, very low level, so we're not lifting off the balance pads. And then just let the knees now move the pelvis. I want you to rotate the belt buckle now, using the walking action. Bend forward a bit, Nils, there, and just let the knees move. So it's going to feel quite an exaggerated motion at first, but we don't need the shoulders. Okay, so we're just using the ankles, knees and hips to twist the belt buckle. And let that pelvis rotate. Good. Good. That's it. Just going to guide you. You can feel that rotation. If you step off it for me, onto the floor, and just feel how you can use the ground just to twist the hips. Awesome. Different feeling? Yeah. Now bend forward into more of a golf posture. So your pelvis is tilted. Let your pelvis tilt a bit more down. So your belt buckle. And just feel that rotation here in that posture. Tilt forward more, even more. Go on, stay in that really low. As low as you can. There we go. Now rotate from there. Let those hips load by lengthening. So you're really feeling that lengthening. Yeah. That's it. So we're creating stretch recoil. We're tapping in stretch reflex. Pop onto the pressure plate for me, please, Nils. And have a look at that screen. Look at that. Now what I want you to do is do it almost so the eye can't see now, so it's very subtle like this. You could do it so it's so you're in, and you look at that. Look how fast you can move, create torque and move it, and look at this interaction here with the ground. What do you feel different here, Nils? Everything.
Yeah, never felt this action.
No.
Before.
You're already starting to use your natural drop and pop. But you've got lateral and rotation with it. Joints act, muscles react. It's not, so we know muscles move joints, but actually what's moving the joint are the ground reaction forces. So as soon as you push, the joints now act in response to that force. And the muscles, they respond to stabilise and move the joint, as opposed to using muscle action to get the joint to react. We want to get pushing from the ground and using, so we're pushing, you're going side to side, rotating and up. Yeah, so we start to look at, it starts to open up so much more creative movement. A repertoire can start to develop now, much more expansive. Yeah, look at this. You might even push down to go up, and then you're going up. and then you're going back down, and then you're going up again.
Yeah. So the picture for me is then the heavy kettlebell, because you have, when you want to move it, you have to initiate this by in this direction.
Exactly.
And then, of course, you are going up and down.
Exactly.
And up and down.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly how it is. Good, it's going to challenge your centre of balance.
Yeah.
That dynamic balance is being challenged, which means its form's changing. Just a few more. So what do you notice different, Nils, feeling-wise, movement-wise? What do you feel? What's resonating with you?
I'm feeling I missed the ball.
Yeah. It's a wonder you hit it.
So late. So when here, okay, miss the ball, okay. But yeah.
Totally different space to be in.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Well done, Nils. Excellent. We're going to ramp up the challenge point a little bit.
Yeah.
So we're going to start on the left, over here. Nice and straight.
Yeah.
Twist to say 10 o'clock with the feet. Now to get across to the right, to tip the board, yeah, keep the feet over here though. Keep that right foot pointed. So just hips out. Good.
Yeah.
Facing me.
Yeah.
Just facing me. And now we're going to stay on the right side and post up on it. And just stand up, but not falling back.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So what it's doing, we're into manage our yeah. Now we don't need to rotate from here. If we rotate here, we end up unbalanced. It's just going to bring you back to me. Up, straight up. Pop the, yeah, that's, I want you to get the belt buckle popping. Yeah, watch me. Straight up to the ceiling. Now you're already good at this because we can go straight up. Yeah, don't need to rotate.
Yeah.
Just go straight up. Yeah, straight up. Try not to rotate, just go up. Yes. Now we go the other way. Good, and then spring up. Perfect. Now stay on this left side and let's get comfortable rotating that hip by going up and down. So you can let your pelvis anteriorly tilt, let your belt buckle go down, really shorten the hip flexors, get really flexed, and then you can spring up. That's it. A few shots. If you love the coaching and want to experience the effects of the training that you see with our pupils, you can purchase the GRFi system yourself by following the link in the video description. You'll get all the equipment and a 2-hour download covering all the fundamentals, exploring your movement and how you can use the ground and create those all-important ground reaction forces and transfer them through to clubhead speed and experience the gains that you're seeing in the videos. Well done. See the difference in carry?
Yeah. Low board flat.
Nice. It's your body's trying to work out, isn't it? How to organise the balance, because you're really challenging the boundaries. That base of support is getting worked. You never went anywhere near the edge of the base before. Well done. Timing's changing.
Yeah.
Feel that? Beautiful. Feel good?
Yeah, I feel good.
What you start to see is how different you are now you're stood to the ball.
Yeah.
You started moving like a player. It's not fidgety, it's not kind of a bit unsure.
Yeah.
There's now more assurance there, and you're moving with more certainty. You're being more assertive in your manner, so your behaviour is matching your intention. Beautiful. Look at that.
Nice one.
It's fantastic. Looks good, Eddie, doesn't it?
Starting to look like a golfer.
Yeah. Have a couple of shots, feeling more shift this way.
Yeah, okay.
Just a bit more shift over here. Feeling that body shift. That's it. Just building confidence, moving that mass over here. You're moving your mass this way, but then as soon as you push, it fires you back.
Yeah.
So it never really gets over here because it will shift over here, but before you go to a point where you're going to lose balance, your vertical kicks in and throws you back and rotates you away. And that releases the club. Well played. Good, good. Play around with that now. We're enriching that awareness to a much more sensitive level. That's it.
Sure.
Much more sensitive to your movement. It just becomes more and more refined. Go on, let's see a big shift, big spring. Yes.
Sharp Nils.
Because you know where to go.
Yeah.
You see, and it's safe haven. It's okay. It's fine. It's
Yeah.
body's safe, but you're still on the brink. It's like you know it's safe, and you've got to get
Yeah.
more comfortable practicing, so it becomes just instinctive to go there.
Yeah.
But then also you can explore new space.
Yeah.
Because again, this is just the start.
First start. Yeah.
It is. So just double check on the divot board.
Yeah.
Just pop on there for me. Nice. What a shot. Look at that. Perfect. So look where you struck it. You struck it half that, you struck it there
Yeah.
halfway through the ball, so you were there. It's exactly where you want to be. And then you're making contact just after the ball and taking the divot. Absolutely perfect. That wasn't possible at the beginning
No.
because the club was travelling up.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
that point. Brilliant.
Shot.
Looking good, Nils. This. Let it drop. Well done. Brilliant. Fantastic. Happy with that?
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, me too. That was awesome. What was it like looking from there, Eddie?
Much better.
Now the work starts.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
Now the practice starts.
Yeah.
And now understand, because you understand it and you're moving well, and we can improve the movement. It's exciting because
Yeah.
we can take this now. We can take this on the journey and see where we go with it.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Thank you very much. Cheers,
Yeah.
Nils. Thank you.
Cheers.
Brilliant.
Much appreciated.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
And we'll
Great.
right. We'll sort your taxi.
Yeah.
Thought you'd go, but you didn't, so I'm sitting here. Thought I heard my phone ring.